Hey guys, it's me, Patrick. And I'm here with my new Exceed RC short-course truck. I can't remember the real name. It's 1/16th scale. Yeah, so blue, as you can see, and I'm gonna show you it and you my thoughts. Blah 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 blah. So it has two pins in the front and two screws in the back with the body. I've already taken those out, to make it quicker. Then you got your roll cage and the two little dudes, which are kind of cool. Independent suspension. Um, you can see here, uh, you can see the shock absorber. Do that, and then, yeah, you can you can see it happening. Yeah. Oh, four-wheel drive. The roll cage will give a little bit, but then again, if it was stiff and brittle, I'd do that and it'd shatter. So, to undo it, there are gonna be these two little knobs right here, right there. They have a slit down the middle, so you can open or close them. You squeeze them. Sometimes it's easier to do the other one when you turn it around. And then, pop, comes off. You're going to want to open the roll cage on the bottom because it might get caught on the steering thing, which sticks out just a tiny bit, like less than 2 millimeters. Just slide it off the body pegs and voila, it's off. So I've already plugged the battery into the servo and whatnot. The servo is waterproof, as I will show you, and then you might be able to see, might not. All I can find. There's a little yellow sticker that says waterproof. So that waterproof, then it says here. You can actually find a picture of this on Nitro RCX. When you're scrolling through the pictures, it says WP, and I'm guessing that means it's waterproof. Then over here on the servo, where where the motor and the steering is plugged in, it has a picture of water. It has the waterproof symbol. I'm guessing that's what it is. So yeah. So and also you can scroll down on the page on Nitro CX, not here obviously, and it will say waterproof waterproof servo. Right. So it has an Exceed an Exceed RC380 motor. That's what it comes with. If you go to the spare parts, you can get an RC 550. I'm sorry I'm messing it up so much. RC 550. Um, and yeah, it's a lot easier just to go to the spare parts because you won't find it if you just click on motors. Yeah. I just the battery. I got a spare battery for it. It's an IMH, right? 7.2 volts. And I got exact same thing, 7.2 volts and IMH, right? But because this one is a certain type of batteries and certain size, blah blah, it didn't fit. It was like 50% or 2 times the size I needed. So right here, I'm gonna read it off for you. NIMH 2/3A, then 1,100 milliamp, 7.2 volts. Then it plugs in, boxed in, and it's circle on one side, square on the other. Yeah. So, that way, if you guys want to get another battery, you know what to look for. Yeah. So that also goes in with pins, and the body you probably want on the first or second, maybe second. I personally have it on the first, but with this, you're going to push it down to the second layer of second set of hole, the second hole, so the battery doesn't rock around in there. Yeah. So I'm gonna review what I've said so far. There's independent suspension. Sorry for blocking that. 1,100 milliamp battery. An Exceed RC380 motor. Waterproof servo and whatnot. And it's four-wheel drive, and it has the roll cage. So when you once you plug it in, which I've done, obviously, um, just tuck it away somewhere like there. Don't have it up against something like that because that's steering. Tuck it away. Close this. Line up the poles, the body rods, body poles, whatever. Um, yeah. One second. So yeah. Then clip on the little things on the back, and and then in here you should be able to just reach in, and the thing that sticks out there has the switch on the top, so you can just reach in and go boop. You heard that little beep, and then the second beep was because I've already turned this on. Let's see. And just like normal, this is the steering wheel. You can actually see it doing that. And then the trigger is the accelerator. So pull it, you go forward, and it is you can, if you want, touch it. If you want, you can also just floor it. But you can if you want, apply a little power. And if you want, you can just go full throttle. And then once it's stopped, you can push the trigger forward, but give it a second, and then it'll go backward. It does the same thing, just a little slower. Then you have throttle trim, how touchy the throttle is, and steering trim. You will want to play the steering trim, but to start, have the two arrows lined up, but you're gonna definitely want to play with that. Yeah. So, yeah. Also, right here, it's kind of cool, but obviously, it's also a little bit obvious. This is the steering if you are interested, but you probably already know that. You can see it move. Again, four-wheel drive, independent suspension, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I haven't clocked it or anything, but I'm guessing maybe about 15 miles an hour. I don't know. The, the roll cage does weigh it down a little bit, but it's quite light. Actually, very light. But the battery, maybe due to the extra weight, only lasts half an hour at most. The light on the charger does not turn off once it's fully charged. You may have had a toy grade RC, like a very, 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 very good toy grade one, which I've had two of. And one of them at least, when the red light here would go off, or slowly dim once it was completely gone, it meant it was good to go. With this one, all the red light means is that there is power going through this and to the battery. That's all it really means. So, if you want, you can leave it on for like 48 hours straight, and the battery would be quite warm, but it would be more than fully charged. But you also probably need to charge it for at least an hour to get more than 15 minutes out of it. So yes, I mean, the battery doesn't last very long, but it's I don't know how much it weighs. I think it's a little less than a kilo, like 1,000 grams. I mean, I don't usually weigh stuff in grams, but it's what the page had, so that's what I'm going on. But I'm not only going on that. Anyways, I've run it a couple of times. Actually, not a couple of times, more than that. And yeah, it's awesome. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, if bleh. You don't really need to worry about snow as long as it one get through it. So I guess less than an inch. Or if you have tons, it will work if the top is like really, really, really crispy. Crispy on the top and the squishy underneath. It'll work on that too. So yeah, it works perfectly fine. Just don't like drive it through a pond, obviously, because it'd get submerged completely, and then it wouldn't work. Yay! Actually, that's not a good thing. Anyway, so servo's waterproof. lots of the electronics are waterproof. The battery should be okay. The motor is probably the first thing you're going to want to worry about with water. Since it has the gap right there. But yeah, you can drive it through snow as long as you can get through it. But if there is like snow that's just barely low enough so I can get through it, but it's definitely like it's like when you look underneath, underneath the body, you see like piles of snow, like piling up on the bottom of the chassis. I would stop, and then when you get inside, like shake it out, get all the loose pine needles, loose snow, maybe use a hairdryer, I don't know. Yeah, so, yeah, it's fabulous, little dude. Yeah. Yay. It's really, really fun. Really, really fun. Really tough. And really awesome. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Oh, and these guys want you to subscribe. Yeah, these guys want you to subscribe. Oh, and one other thing. Seeing that I'm not exactly rich and I'm also a teenager, I won't get another one of these anytime soon. But you will see definitely a couple of videos of this in action in the next month or so. So, yeah. Subscribe. Hold on. Yeah. Subscribe.